Errors of the soap opera Genesis. Did Noah marry the descendants of Cain? In Genesis 6:9, we see that Noah was just and whole and walked with God. In this characteristic we have that Noah would follow the rules for a good marriage. According to the Bible we have in the verse, according to Corinthians 6:14 we have that relationships, whatever they may be, must be in an attempt to be in union with people who seek the same path. And we can see in Genesis 6:2 that the sons of God who would be the descendants of Seth, began to be pleased with the daughters of men, who would be the descendants of Cain, and thus mingled with the daughters of men, but idealized that Noah, a righteous and integral man who walked with God, decided to choose a woman from among the sons of men, and especially of Cain's direct lineage. It would be a construction contrary to the biblical foundation. The concept would generate the false idea that being a just and integral man, who walks with God, is linked to looking for a wife or husband, in the most concentrated places of possible sins. What manage is contrary to the counsel against I think unequal. We must understand that the soap opera does such an action, because of artistic systems linked to literary schools, such as the principles of Wiley and Shakespeare, in tragicomedies. But we must ask ourselves, whether the novel is biblical, or merely an illusory creation work. A biblical novel, in its concept, should be located in biblical doctrines, for the production of its content. But the action of placing the Noah, just and whole, who walked with God, to make a deal with the chief of the line of Cain, to get a wife, and still having a wife with doubt whether he would stay in the city, or not. Idealizing that this action is a ratification for a just and integral man, it is somewhat outside the biblical rule. We have for example that a woman looking at the city of Sodom became a statue of salt. So the right thing for a person looking for a correct alliance, is to connect with people who have a connection with the same ideals. This does not mean that we should not teach everyone, or be friends with everyone, as long as we do not participate in what God does not allow. But the alliance, for marriage or alliances, should be thought of starting only when such people have already made firm decisions for the side of the same position. To think that in an environment, where men extracting Noah, they were defined as Genesis 6:5 in which the designation of human beings was continually bad, and that in the strongest nucleus of Cain's generation, there would be the ideal woman for the just servant and a walk with God, it seems like an illusion, with the power to make several people consider doing the same. What could in the end generate that the same of verse 6:2, which says that the sons of God took the daughters of men, and that ended up generating destruction? We must understand that the daughters of God taking sons of men has the same effect. There is no difference in sex, for bad actions, or for good decisions.
If you are looking for more content from different areas, visit the reformadorstasad.com website. News and detailed content can be found with system of research and organization of text and video.